Hi everybody. Alright, so I'm Abby and welcome to my video for today. I've got some cool topics to talk about. I've had a very interesting morning. I had a very interesting night last night too. And I've made a diagram which always excites me. I'm going to start adding more images to my videos because they make it fun. So I want to talk about a couple different things. One thing is a past lifetime. It is an alien past lifetime where I am the alien and I am experiencing life as an alien. That isn't anything new. The universe is full of aliens experiencing lives. Aliens with souls in those bodies, and those souls have also experienced life on Earth. And your soul in your human body has also experienced some lifetimes on other planets too. So there's nothing extraordinary about being an alien in another lifetime. But there's something that warms my heart about this past life, and I just was thinking about it this morning, wanted to share it. That it relates to time. What is time? And the event that took place this morning also relates to time. What is time? And now this picture that I drew also relates to time. So let's look at it, okay? So I have this. I didn't use marker, I guess. Gosh darn it. My lighting isn't very good. And maybe I drew a little picture because I got kind of excited, and then it has nothing to do with this, but it kind of does because I have an alien lifetime, and that is outer space right there. And there's the sun is very happy all the time. So there's time. Oh, it's backward. Well, you just have to use a mirror to figure out what it says to make it even more fun, which is interesting because what took place this morning involved a mirror too. Okay. See the messages? See how they line up? Alright, so we have time equals now slash present, the present moment. Sorry, everything's backwards. I didn't even realize that got goofy. So, shoot. Alright, I'll be right back. Brief intermission. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. So let's read this. There's no such thing as a mistake, you see, so that is exactly what was supposed to happen. So time equals now slash present. Time equals now. Time always equals now. Any future moment is now. Any past moment is now. All moments are the present moment. People don't see that. So we have what is a timeline here. I will just start at 200 BC, which is the present. And then we have 200 AD, also the present. 1000 AD is the present. 2000 AD is also the present. And then we have the present, see? So you have future equals present, past equals present as well. And I'm going to explain that. So I'm going to tell you that, let's just say, 200 BC from our timeline, there's a woman gazing into a pond, contemplating what her future is going to include. So she is thinking about the future as she is looking into the pond at the present moment. Now, the future takes place, and it is 200 AD. Now, another woman is staring into a pond, contemplating her future. In 200 BC, there was no idea that the future, that sensation of the future felt like it would never come. That sensation of the future felt like, 2000 AD felt like an eternity away from 200 BC. It feels like the present will never come. Well, here I'm already in the present. The present has already come. These moments are still taking place in all of time. They never stop taking place. They're always in a circular, they're always part of the spiral. And the spiral, I've talked about this in other videos, but the spiral is literally the form it is like a tornado. It circulates. It is a circle. And then along the spiral are all the moments of all the times, of all the places, of everything that is the present moment. And the spiral is always at the present moment. And the present moment is at all the times. There's nothing separating 200 BC from 2000 AD. There is no separation. And I'm going to describe the personal experience that took place this morning, and I'll describe other experiences that have taken place to discuss what time is. So this morning, I woke up, and there was an old woman that entered my mind here. I don't know why, but she irritated me. And she was staring at me with mirrors behind her. And there were several mirrors. And I said, "Who are you?" See, the fact that she irritated me had nothing to do with... It was actually an energetic connection that was made. And for whatever reason, the energy that is me and the energy that is her had an interaction that my human mind translated into, I should just be irritated by this person. And she wasn't smiling. She just looked like an old croon, I didn't know why. I didn't know. She entered into my vicinity of my bedroom in my mind and said hello to me this morning. And the reactions are just natural. I'm not a jerk. I really am not. I just naturally react to things. So anyway, I can't begin to describe what took place next because she was very energetically gifted, because I could feel her energetically interacting with me, my energy field. And I didn't know, I've never felt an interaction that was that intense, that was that powerful, not even from alien beings. So I was trying to figure out, who are you? And it was as if I had reached my hand out to touch her face, and then the mirror changed, and it was like everything rotated, and I heard my spirit guides tell me that she is an illusionist like me. And then the image was a puddle with her reflection in it. And I reached out to touch the puddle, and I didn't know that was the whole point. I didn't know it was a puddle at first. I just saw her face staring at me again, and I reached out and touched it, and it was a puddle, and it was reflection again. And then there was an interaction with my third eye. There were interactions with my body, my energy field all over the place. And she was very silly. She was very tricksy, but the thing is that you don't know. She was very happy as well, and the happiness of her kept growing brighter and brighter every time I would try to make sense of her. And the thing is that I discovered was that it was myself. She was me in the future. She is me in the future interacting with me of today. That to you, to anybody else, you're going to think that is not the case. That is not the truth. Abby from the future is not interacting with Abby of today. She was an old woman. Everything, it is 100% the truth. I've never interacted with me personally. Me, my own self in the future. I've interacted with other me's in other bodies in future lifetimes, and I've interacted with me in other bodies in past lifetimes. There's no separating all the me's. We're all together. We are all one. We are all a part of this giant spiral, and there's nothing that separates the moments in time between what is then and what is now. And I was thinking about this all morning. And me, the future me, was really I can't the experience was very joyful. At first I was thinking, wow, there's a woman interacting with me very directly, and I don't see that often. Female entities are a part of my experience, but they aren't as a part of it as male entities for some reason. I have female spirit guides that I adore and I talk to all the time. And one of them is a snake, and I love snakes. And I talk to her all the time, and she helps me with healing. And people, I don't mean to go spouting off on a bunch of different topics, but I'm just going to tell you this really quick. That snakes are, my spirit guide, who is a snake, is a female. And a female expression, a divine feminine expression who is also aligned with what is the energy and frequency that is a snake. Snakes, people give snakes a bad name, and that is the point. If you give a snake a bad name, then that is what the snake is to you. If you give the snake a good name, then that is what the snake is to you. You are able to overcome what is the illusion. The illusion is that the snake is evil and bad. The illusion is that you should fear the snake. That is the illusion. You should not fear the snake. The snake is a gift of life. The snake is the infinite. The snake is the spiral. The snake is the spiral. It is no beginning and no end. That is the snake. That is profound. That is humongous. And the snake provides healing. The snake is not only death, because it is poisonous, it bites us and it can kill us. It is death. But snake is also life. The poisons in their teeth actually are used as medicines, and that is profound. That shows you, that proves to you that the snake is both life and both death. The snake is no beginning and no end, you see. And you can look at a snake and say, well, they got a head and they got a tail, they have a beginning and they have an end. It's just like life. My life has begun and my life will end. But when you create the circular experience that is the snake, the infinite, the sign of infinity, the 8 on its side, there is no beginning and there is no end to that. I will be reborn and I will die, and I will be reborn and I will die, as I have in many lifetimes before this lifetime, and I will in many lifetimes ahead of this lifetime. And there's no separating 200 BC from 2000 AD. All of those lifetimes are still being experienced in the spiral. They're still circulating. That is very difficult for our human mind to comprehend, and it almost is a disturbing feeling. Like that is a violation to our existence to say that woman gazing into the pond will forever be gazing into the pond. She will be. She will forever be gazing into that pond in that moment which was present. And all the moments are the present moment. All the moments, nothing ever gets deleted. When you go into the computer of the universe, nothing is deleted in there. You can pull out any file and find 200 BC where this woman is gazing into her reflection. See? And you can find all the present moments that are me today. There's no violation in exploring each other's experiences. There's no violation in exploring each other's souls and hearts. We are all one. We are all connected. See? Connection. Bam. One hand, two hand, connect. You see, we're all one. Oneness. I am part of this earth as you are part of this earth. As you are part of that moon, as you're part of all the stars, you're part of all the alien beings in existence. I was looking at the sky when it was snowing on Friday, and it was a blizzard. It was a treacherous, awesome blizzard. And I tried to determine how many snowflakes I could see at one moment. And I was thinking about what I always think about when it snows, and that is that no two snowflakes are the same. And that is a good thing. And you see all the billions of snowflakes that fall. Billions. I mean, in just my eyesight of an open field, billions. But just imagine now an entire locale, an entire location where it is snowing. And it can be snowing across entire states that take hours and hours to drive through. I mean, you want to talk about Nebraska, you're never getting through that state. That is the Twilight Zone. That is the Bermuda Triangle, Nebraska. Don't drive through Nebraska. My recommendation, you'll never make it, is the most boring drive of all time. It is what eternity is to a human being. I'm going to take a drink of coffee. But when I saw all of those snowflakes falling from the sky, that is an example of why I cannot comprehend in an infinite universe. Cannot comprehend it. Because even this many snowflakes is too many to count. And that is how many souls are in existence. That is that many snowfalls across that many states, across all the times and places. There is no definition to what infinite is that tells you how tiny, or just a tiny little grain of sand in an entire beach. And there's no number to define that. If you even looked at all those snowflakes that I saw on Friday, and you said, you know, if there were that many souls in existence, I still couldn't comprehend that many souls. That's still a huge number. That is still ginormous. And we are just one planet in an infinite universe. And there are all times taking place at the present moment. All times are the present moment. And I think about that when I think about reincarnation. And you know, that is what people are challenged with. People don't want to believe in reincarnation. People know, we all feel this, that one lifetime on earth is enough. It doesn't matter if you have all the money in the world or you are starving to death. We all are challenged in one way or another, and we all suffer here. And I don't mean to weigh having all the money in the world with starving to death, because that does not even come close to an equal experience. And that is the point of reincarnation. You don't live one lifetime, so all you can know what suffering is in Africa without any food, starving to death. Can you imagine being a mother and watching your child starve to death? You know how terrible that is? You know how horrible that is? And then you want to talk about being a celebrity and then how you have to keep up with your appearance, and the fear of aging, and the fear of, you know, people just being a has-been. I mean, there's so many different challenges that we endure. And that is the point. You don't just live one lifetime. You live many, many, many lifetimes, so you can see from all of the perspectives. So you can be a part of a kaleidoscope. That is all things that you can comprehend, you can relate to everything. And so I think about that too as I sit here, and I've explored my past lives, and the fact that I know, I don't even know anymore how many past lives I actually know, probably 80 to 100. That sounds like a large number, but that doesn't even come close to how many lifetimes I've actually lived. I've lived many, many lifetimes over millions and millions and millions of years. We're not talking about 100 years. We're not talking about 1,000 years. We're not talking about 2,000 years. We're talking about millions of years as a soul experiencing lives in an infinite universe. How many years would it take to be all of those snowflakes experiencing life in all those different ways? And no two snowflakes are the same. And so when me visited me this morning, it cheered me up, because last night I was kind of in a poopy mood, and I don't know, we all have those where we just get home and we're tired, and you don't really know why we just feel a certain way. We just do. And that's okay. That's part of the snake. That is part of shedding a skin and getting a new skin, and then the skin becomes old and needs shed again. We go through cycles, just like the tide, just like the moon. Everything goes through cycles and changes. And some days are good and some days aren't so good, and that is part of how we develop wisdom here as human beings. And I was telling myself that myself in the future would have then had this memory of myself of today. And so myself of the future would have found me from today and had this and be in a point in the future. So okay, I'm trying to think of the easiest way to describe this. So when I get to that exact same point in the future where I am that me that talked to me this morning, I'm going to say, oh my gosh, I see me at that one point, that one morning, when I remember seeing me that time. And now I'm going to talk to me just like me talked to me when I woke up that morning. But me is going to do it better this time because I remember exactly how the interaction went. Probably won't remember at that point in time. It'll all be just a surprise, you know. And that's probably why me was getting so excited and happy and was like a beam of sunshine. I don't know. It really cheered me up this morning. Me did. Future old me cheered me up. Future old me is very profound. Future old me is a very hardcore energy worker. And that doesn't surprise me at all because right now I am an energy worker. I've always been an energy worker. But I will develop into an even more profound energy worker. And obviously more profound than any alien being I've interacted with. Which is, I'm awesome. My soul is profound. My soul can do many things. And I'm only trying to remember all of my lifetimes so that I can recall how to do extraordinary things with energy and bring those memories into this body, into this time and place where I can share that with all of humanity. And I will do this one day in the present moment, which will be the future. I haven't discovered it just yet, how to do it, but I am working on that every day. The simple girl is extreme inside. So anyway, I want to tell you about that past life. So one of my favorite all-time lifetimes, I was about 8 foot tall, an alien. I had what would be no eyes and just a mouth. And I'm visualizing this memory right now as I'm describing it, and I just want to stay in the memory because it makes me happy whenever I visualize it, and I get to go there. But I am suspended in outer space. And I am frozen because there is no heat. There's no, you instantly become an ice. You instantly just become an ice cube in space instantly. Because I think about that whenever I see movies and people come out of their spaceships. They instantly freeze. They have no moment of time where they would be able to comprehend what just took place. They would instantly freeze. That is what would happen. Everything would freeze, and there is no. They would just become like a moon, just drifting in space as a frozen solid. But only so long as so. We're talking about there's no wind in space, so you can't. You would only, if you were suctioned out, you would be propelling through an experience that has no wind to push you. So anyway, but I was suspended in a frozen state in space as this giant creature. And I couldn't say that I would just define myself as a male because I feel like I am a male as this being. And my friends who were also of equivalent appearances had discovered me in this suspended state, and they came. Who knows? So you see what I mean about time? How did I get there? I don't know how I got there. How long was I there for? I don't know. How long was I in that state for? I mean, time, that is an expression of time. Could have been a million freaking years, but it would have been like I had just gone to sleep and just woke up again, as though no time had passed at all. You see again what I'm saying about time? There is no time. There is no time. There is always the present moment in the spiral. It doesn't matter if it was a million years ago or today. Today was, is, and was, and will be a million years ago. Everything is all, it is past, present, and future. Everything is. And so, anyway, my friends had found me, and they used light, the infinite light, which has its own frequency and own healing vibration, and they reanimated me. So I became aware of being inside of a spaceship with my friends who are we are all alike, and there would be what is 4 of them or so. And that is when all of our shapes started to change. So our shapes reflected the infinite creation, and we could be any shape we chose to be. This isn't a reptilian shapeshifter, that is different. This being is capable of being the expression of the infinite universe. Every expression, it is the light. It is the creative light that is all of the different expressions in the universe. That is all the expressions that this body, this 8-foot tall, faceless, this form, grayish colored form could be. And it experienced profound joy and love in such a way that it was just its own star in the sky, its own beauty, and interacting with its own kind. They don't speak or use words like we do. That is at this level of communication. That is not profound communication. It's not profound to try to describe something with words. It is slow. It's misleading. Everything gets taken the wrong way, and then we get violent. You see, there is no words to communicate with. There's only sharing of the energy and the light of all of creation to share and interact. And the thing is we were all of one. We were all individuals. We were all our own unique soul, which every soul has its own unique footprints in the sand. It is its own unique soul, but it is still all the souls. So while we were possessing, we each possessed a different body, and we each possessed our own unique imprints of lifetimes. So we had our own unique impressions of things. And when we communicate, we still communicated as though we were one mind. And in the one mind, our souls interacted by sharing it was all an emotional, all interacting through emotion, I guess you could describe it. And so in this interaction, we are viewing all times and places, all present, future, all moments inside of a spaceship. And a spaceship that had no walls. A spaceship that had no walls. But we were inside a contained space. And we were contemplating what we could do to use the creative light that we are to create profound love and beauty in the universe. All over the universe. That was what we wanted to do. That was our purpose. That's what we were created for. Do you see the difference between human beings and aliens? And not all aliens are even as, I guess you could say, developed as human beings. Some are even beneath us in their comprehension levels. It doesn't matter what your comprehension is. It is the experience. It is the experience of trying to understand a universe. And it doesn't matter if you're dumb or if you're smart. It is the experience of understanding a universe. if there's one thing that your soul will come to learn, it is that love, infinite love, is the only true purpose. It isn't money, it isn't success, it isn't having all the right clothes, it isn't even having all the food that you need to survive. It is infinite love. It is holding your hand out to another and loving them and here and in the heart and loving them. That is after millions and millions of lifetimes, you discover the only thing that is consistent every time is love. That is the only thing that you learn that is the most important thing is love. Love and respect for each other. That's what I'm here for, to share that message. So, the reason I also like this lifetime is because I lived for thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of years as this being, which had a solid body, but was also morphing all the time into all of the infinite expressions of the creative light. That is all things. That isn't profound. That is just an existence. That isn't profound. That is just an existence, and it has its uniqueness and its specialness. It is just as special as we are. This lifetime is just as important as that lifetime when I was that being. But to me as a human being and what I see and experience here, it is such a treasure to have that memory so that I can remember what it is to be other things and remember what it is to see the universe through a different set of eyes, you know? And one thing that took place in that lifetime, which is what relates to time as well, this conversation about time, is that I and my friends, we were not malicious. We were completely all loving beings, and we were entirely always just reaching our hand out to promote what was the creative light, the infinite creative light, the light of creation of all the creations in the infinite universe. That is what we promoted. Joy and love and balance and harmony is what we promoted. And somehow we had become captured by human beings from Earth. That is going to be retardedly shocking. It still dumbfounds me, because I'm always going to be trapped in that moment with those asshole humans. You'll understand what I mean here shortly when I tell you the part where my profound and beautiful creative light was tortured by human beings who were trying to comprehend what I was. And those human beings, I'm almost certain, are possibly from this moment of awareness. And they could even see this video and find that I am the being that they captured. That is me today, that remembers them and will never forget them. Everything is love, though. Even nightmares are expressions of love. Everything is an expression of learning. We have to have nightmares to learn and appreciate love more. So I was tortured as this being, as a means for them to comprehend our infinite creative light. Who doesn't, what human being on this planet doesn't want to have that infinite creative light so that we can harness it and use it as a weapon against some other country, so we can be all of the creations of the universe. We could just be the strongest, most indestructible creations. And if we could harness all of the light of creation, the infinite creation, they actually went back in time, found me, captured me, tortured me, to try to get me to give them what is the infinite light of creation. And in that state of misery, all I could do was torment, was create a frequency of my misery so they could comprehend how much pain they were inspiring in this all-loving being who loves all things and only wants to create love in the universe. human beings from this planet right now are capable of exploring other lifetimes right now. This is a world where they want us to watch television. They want us to talk on our cell phones and not look each other in the eye. This is a world where and I'm talking about a frequency that exists here, a music that is playing, that is putting us all to sleep. And all the while, behind our backs, they have profound technology that can explore other lifetimes and capture creatures that of profound existence to try to use, comprehend, take. That is what human beings do at this, because even their profound technology does not change the level of frequency of the behavior. It doesn't change the frequency of the behavior. I can be destroyed, killed, and removed from existence 1,000,000 times, and I will always come back that much stronger and better because of learning, because of reincarnation. And here I am today, and I was that being in another lifetime where human beings, and I will tell you that I do believe that human beings of today actually are the human beings that went back in time to get me. And anyway, I had disturbed their minds so badly that they had to remove me because I was making them go insane. And so then we were freed from that spaceship and that event that took place. That is always going to take place through all of time. It doesn't matter that human beings of today could go back in time to find profound creations in the universe that they would deem would be harmless towards them, that they could take away some element of their creation so they could use it in warfare. It's ridiculous. It's absurd. I want people realize that this level of existence is not good. It is to get out of it and to go up here. Nothing has changed on this planet in all of the times. They just changed the scenery. There have been times on this planet where profound things were taking place, more profound than we could possibly imagine. And if you look into yourself, if you try to discover your own past lives, you will see with your own internal eyes and heart the profound and amazing and extraordinary world that we had once lived in. And the world that is today is not even a spark of how extreme, in extraordinary ways, people had lived on this planet. And so I think about that lifetime a lot, and how happy I was as that creation, and the moment in time when beings, human beings, and came and got me. And now, those are the same human beings of the present moment in which I am in existence today as that same alien being from that lifetime. There's no separation in time. There's nothing that separates time. And so the end of that lifetime, I lived for, let's just say 50,000 years. And let's just say 100,000 years. Let's just say 1,000,000 years. Doesn't matter. But to our human mind, it would be something comparable to like 50,000 years as that alien being. And I simultaneously was exploring the universes in other bodies, because your soul can do that. Your soul doesn't have to just experience one lifetime at a time. You can experience multiple lifetimes at a time. It is infinite. It is an infinite soul. And so at the end of that life, we always hung out in a pod of what would be like 5 or 6 beings or something like that. And we were on a planet when an event took place, and the entire planet was destroyed. And that was it. That was the end of my lifetime. I not only was found frozen in space and brought back to life by the infinite light, could morph my body into all the infinite expressions of creation, went across the universe to share love and unconditional love in that lifetime. Also was captured and tortured in that lifetime. Also continued to survive that, and then continued to share love and compassion with going across the universe with my team of mind. That was, we were all connected as one, but we were the individual soul, but still as one mind, like a hive mind of like 5 or 6 or something like that. And then died because our planet blew up or whatever it was. There was just instantly, just suddenly fire and explosion and death. But that is one lifetime. That is just one lifetime. That's special to me. And so many things took place, and I always think about too the fact that I'd been captured by human beings that went back in time. And it tells me too that what is today, so me as just a speaker, I'm just a little old speaker. I'm just a little old person. I'm nothing. I am nothing in their mind. I am nothing. But I am actually something. I am the illusionist. I appear to be quite simple when I am really quite extraordinary. And so I need to share that with you, all of these messages about time, so you can realize that, and you can even experience that today, because you can look back to moments when you were a child and you thought, man, I just want to be old enough so I can drive a car, or man, I want to be old enough so I can call all the shots, and instead of mom and dad always telling me what to do. And now you're old, now you're at that point. You never thought you would ever get there, and there you are, and eventually you'll be in a nursing home or whatever. I mean, it's already happened. All of time has already happened. You are already in all of those times. The one thing that intrigued me, though, that I discovered today was that in the future, when I go back and choose to talk to myself, I'm going to do it better than my future self did, which means that that everything is always improving in the spiral. That even in these interactions that never have stopped having that exact moment, they can actually improve inside the cycle. Inside the spiral, they can alter their reflection. They can actually alter and change inside a spiral of existence that has already taken place, and it has a future. It is fascinating. The whole thing is fascinating. And human mind, how far can it expand? It can only expand when it chooses not to think, chooses to be an infinite soul. And the only thing that is truly important that you'll discover in every single lifetime is love. You don't have to have money, food, and you can survive by reaching your hand out and loving somebody else. Can you imagine how much suffering, starvation creates in a human body? And those hands, what are they reaching for is food, but they're also reaching for emotional stability. They need somebody to hold their hand and to endure the suffering, but they need the food too. Love is also food. Love too is food. It's sustenance. It keeps us going. It helps us bridge between this harmony that imprisons us, that we aren't even aware exists. I'm aware it exists, but it is the food we are experiencing right now, and it is not even close to how profound and delicious love, real profound unconditional love food can actually be. That was a very long conversation. So I'm going to say thank you for watching. I hope this has been interesting. I don't even know what this is going to sound like. It's probably going to sound cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, but this is real. This is truly real. Reincarnation is the only existence. Reincarnation is the only existence. It isn't you die and go to heaven for all eternity. That's boring. That is not what a soul wants. A soul wants to expand. Soul wants to expand and become more profound, a more profound light, more profound vibration, more a connection and comprehension of the whole, all the snowflakes. You'll never understand all the snowflakes if you are only choosing to just be one of the snowflakes. Only choose to be just the starving child in Africa. You'll never understand what joy feels like, and you deserve to know what joy feels like. And we all deserve that. We all deserve to know what joy feels like. We all deserve to know what challenge is too. We have enough of that here. It's time to change. And we can change by choosing love every day. Even if it's so simple as just smiling, looking somebody in the eye and smiling. Those create memories of a moment when, that person just looked me in the eye and smiled at me. That was weird, but it made me feel warm inside. That is making a loving impression on somebody. That simply just to smile and look somebody in the eye makes a sheltering and loving impression on somebody. If we all did that every day, it'd be a different world. Anyway, I'm done talking now. And I'm just going to share this and say thank you for watching, and I'm going to create more videos, of course. So, this is all for now.